Hi, everyone. So we're just going to get started in a minute. I know we're just a touch early, but if you want to take a look and see what we're going to be discussing, I have the whole spread behind me of our three beautiful devices for home use. And if you do have any questions while we're going through this, you can just type those right in to the chat. I'll try to get to all of the relevant ones I can. If you have a question that I don't get a chance to answer, or if you end up watching the recording of this later on, you can always send us an email at info, I-N-F-O, at the number 7ewellness.com. If you want to ask me a question directly, you can just mention my name when you write that email, which is Sam. So now that it's 5 p.m., I'm just going to jump in a couple more seconds. So today's topic that we're going to be discussing, basically, we're going to be answering the question, which device is right for me? This is going to be targeted for people who are using microcurrent at home, who are doing it on themselves. Maybe you don't have a huge background in skincare, but you want to get in. Maybe you are a really savvy skincare person and you want to introduce a machine into your routine that is going to really supercharge everything and give you better results. Regardless of whether you're really green or really experienced, there's something for you in this product catalog. So first, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. Some of you may know me already because I film a lot of the tutorials for 70 Wellness. I'm a lead esthetician and educator. I've been with 70 Wellness now for a good number of years, and I really believe in these products. Can't wait for you to get into it with me. So I'm going to be starting, basically, if you look behind me, I'm going to be going from this side, and I'm going to be working my way over. And so you can think about the first device that we start with here, the QT. This is going to be the entry level device. So for those of you who just want to get started out, for those of you who want a really easy treatment or something that is quick to do, this is the one to consider. So there are certain qualities that all of our devices have that set us apart. Regardless of which of these three devices you get, you're going to be getting certain features that are unique to us that really make these guys work and really make them special. So the first of those features is going to be that this guy, the MyoLift QT, has two different settings. So you can use the MyoLift QT on stretch. Stretch is using microcurrent to smooth out wrinkles, reduce tension. Um, you can also use the QT on lift. So lift is going to be increasing the strength of the muscle. It's going to be helping you to tighten areas that become loose or lax with time. So stretch is going to be like your Botox alternative. You're going to go into areas like your forehead, and you're going to be working between the eyebrows, around the eyes, and on the lip line and chin. Anywhere that you have those wrinkles that come from movement, it's going to be really helpful for that. And then lift is going to tighten you up. So anywhere that you think that you're experiencing sagginess, you could talk about sagging on the neck, jowl area, double chin, cheeks, eyebrow. These are all parts of the face that you can lift with the QT. So what makes this one the easiest? First of all, because it's handheld. So this, you just slide across your face and you're able to do your treatments. It pairs with an app. The app teaches you how to use it. So if you're new to microcurrent, you're not super experienced, this is the one because it's going to give you all the tutorials. It's going to tell you what to do based on your skin concerns, and it's going to make a huge difference in just giving you that guidance so that you always know when you're picking it up, what you should be doing for your best results. So I'm a huge fan of the QT. The other thing that makes our devices unique, and other microcurrent companies on the market, they do some of these things. Most of them are okay at tightening the muscles, but a lot of them tend to not have that stretch function. So they're not going to be as good for wrinkles and tightness that forms from repetitive motion in those areas that I mentioned, like forehead, eyes, lips. Um, the other thing that makes this unique is that we have a whole family of accessories. So let's say you get the QT, you're using it in this very straightforward way, you get super confident with it, and now you want to kind of beef up your treatments. The best way for you to do that is to bring in an accessory. So, for example, I'm just going to put one on right now. I have the conductive gloves here. So these plug right into the QT, and you can use this to do your microcurrent treatment. So then instead, you can go in with your fingertips, and your hands can become the probes. There's a tutorial for that in the app as well. But basically, you are literally using your fingertips and you're picking up the parts of your face that you want to lift. Um, so the gloves are a great way for you to get a more sophisticated treatment once you get more confident with the QT. A lot of our spas that we work with, especially our more luxury and high-end spas, they really enjoy using these gloves. And that's because this feels really intuitive, feels really luxurious. Um, and it's faster, to be honest with you, because you have so much surface area when you're using your hand. It's really great for that reason. So let's talk a little more about the QT. I mentioned that this does pair with an app that makes it much easier to learn, makes it faster to use. You got treatments with this that are as short as 3 minutes or as long as 35. So really, however much time you have, you can just kind of jump in and do whatever's realistic for you. And that's one of the things I love. You can take this on the go. If you don't like using the QT with an app, you can also use it just by itself in app-free mode. So that microcurrent, it's going to go through both settings. First, you'll use it on that stretch setting, and you're going to use that microcurrent to smooth out and reduce your wrinkles, forehead, eyes, lip area, chin. And then once you've done that, it's going to switch over after about 5 minutes. And it's going to automatically do lift. So then you can go in and you can tighten up your neck. You can pick up your jowls and your double chin, lift your jawline and your cheek. You can even do some lifting in the brow. You can get that really contoured, kind of lifted look to the eye area. It's really nice if you're a makeup wearer. This is something that you can do right before makeup as well. So you could throw this in your makeup bag, and anytime you're getting ready, maybe you do a 5-minute little treatment with this, and then you go into your routine. Just something to think about. I think this is the ultimate in entry-level home skincare devices. This is going to teach you how to do microcurrent. You're going to reap all the benefits, and the app is going to give you a bunch of different ways that you can do your treatments, including using these conductive gloves, using your hands. I'm going to mention a few more accessories that you can also use with microcurrent. So we'll get into that soon. I also tell you, we've done a clinical study on the MyoLift QT and we got great results. The customer satisfaction rate in that clinical study was over 90%. I think it was 94%, which is really, really high satisfaction rate for a home skincare device. Just saying. And this goes up to 450 microamps. So this guy's a little bit stronger than a lot of the popular devices that you might find in other vendors or on the market. It's going to give you more settings. It's going to give you a little more power, and it's going to give you all that guidance so that you're using it right. You're going to get the best results if you're consistent and if you're confident. So that's why we have that app. That's why it's super detailed, and we make it so that you can pick it up. You can pick it up and you can just jump right in. For those of you who might be wondering, we also have a whole line of products So our product lines, they all work with all the devices. We have treatment masks that are also going to give you some anti-aging benefits to the skin. But let me go in with our next device. This one is the first one that we ever came out with. This is our bread and butter, the MyoLift Mini. So some of you might have seen this. If you get facials in spas, you also might have seen professionals using this, but you can get this at home. So similar to the MyoLift QT, you're using microcurrent. You have those two settings that are really going to help you to target all the different muscles of the face. So you can reduce wrinkles, you can tighten everything up. This one does not pair with an app. This one gives you a little bit more control. You choose all the settings yourself. You see there are the keys here. So you choose the intensity, you choose the setting. This can be used by professionals, like I mentioned, but you can also get this at home. The reason professionals prefer this kind of device is because it has two probes. So if you remember just a second ago, I showed you the QT. This is a single handheld probe, so we're sliding it on the face. This is really easy to use, so the MyoLift QT is going to be the best for a beginner. If you are looking for a device that's a little more advanced, that's where these two probes come in. So this is going to be more precise. You use these two probes together on the face, and it lets you target your muscles much more closely. So you may see that when you're using two probes like this, your results are going to come a little bit faster. That being said, there's a bit of a learning curve. If you know that you're someone who's really new to this or who struggles to pick up this kind of thing where you're doing movements with the hands, I would definitely start with the QT. And if you want to adopt a method similar to this with the two probes, you can use the gloves that I mentioned. So just grab those one more time. The conductive gloves are here. The two probes for the mini or the conductive gloves with any of the devices, they're going to give you a similar effect. So even if you get the QT and you want to do a more advanced treatment later, then you can just grab the gloves and you're all set. Now, another one of the accessories that I want to highlight is the hands-free mask. So let's say sometimes you are comfortable doing these treatments with all the movements and really focusing on getting the work done. There may be days that you don't have that level of attention. Then you can bring in your conductive masks. So we have masks for all different parts of the face. This one, I'm sure you can guess, is the eye mask. So it goes right over the eyes like that, and you stick it directly on the skin. You plug it into the device, and it runs that microcurrent without you having to do any movements. So that's a really cool thing that you won't see other devices offering. The MyoLift devices come with hands-free masks. So you see the eye one. We also have one for the forehead. We have one for the lip area that's going to smooth out the lines, plump the lips. We also have one for the jowl. So it wraps under the chin like a chin strap, and you can use it to tighten that whole area with microcurrent. Microcurrent is all about consistency. You're using electricity and you're stimulating the muscles. It's kind of like going to the gym. So if you do it really often, if you can do it 1 up to 3, even 4 times a week, if you're consistent with that, you're going to see great results. These masks make it really easy to keep up. So maybe once or twice a week, you do a treatment with your probes. And then on other days, you bring in something like this, and it makes it much easier for you to be good and keep with your scheduled series. So I'm going to grab the MyoLift Mini here again. This one goes up to 400 microamps. So it's a good amount of power. The two probes make it really precise, and so you can get great results with it. This one is used by professionals, so you know that you're getting a precise treatment. I would say the one thing is, if you're really new to microcurrent and you're not super confident, then I would just get the QT, because that'll teach you a little bit more about how to use it. That being said, we do have videos on our website. We have tutorials for everything. So if you'd like to follow along with the video, you can also do that. Now let me switch it over. So first we looked at the QT, which is great for a beginner. Then we looked at the Mini, which is a little more advanced. And now we're going to look at the TriWave. The TriWave is our most advanced device for a home user. See, we have her right here. It's got the really cute green trim. So this is similar to the Mini. This has the 2 probes. So it's really precise. This goes up to 400 microamps. Now, what makes this the more advanced device is it has more than those 2 settings that I originally talked about. So this has erase, which is smoothing out those fine lines. So you're using it in all these areas where you have wrinkles and you're opening and smoothing them out. It also has educate. So you're using it on the muscles and you're tightening them. So you can lift your cheeks, tighten your neck. You can reduce jowls and sagginess. You can even lift the brows. You can get that fox eye kind of lifted, defined look to the face. But the third setting that the TriWave has that makes it special is lymphatic drainage. So lymphatic drainage is something a lot of estheticians really love, but I don't think we talk about it a lot in the consumer space. Lymphatic drainage refers to your lymph system. Your lymph system is basically your body's way of disposing of waste. So, lymph is a fluid that contains cellular waste. It also contains cells from your immune system and a number of other compounds that need to be moved around the body. When you help to move your lymph system along, you're helping your body to detoxify. This is also going to help with swelling and fluid retention. So if you're puffy, especially if you have a puffy under eye, or if you have a really puffy and undefined jawline or cheek, lymphatic drainage could make a huge difference for you in giving you that contoured, sucked in kind of look, just by getting rid of some of that built up fluid. If you have really dark, kind of sallow or purple under eyes, often that's because you have fluid pooling under the eye. So lymphatic drainage is also going to help you to brighten that area. Lymphatic drainage is great if you have irritated skin. So if you have redness, dryness, sensitivity, if you're prone to breakouts, lymphatic drainage is going to be really helpful for you because it's going to lower that inflammation in the skin, which is a key source of some of those problems. Inflamed skin is going to be drier, inflamed skin is going to be more sensitive, and it's going to be more prone to breakouts. So microcurrent is a great way to kind of nip that in the bud, reduce that inflammation, and then you end up with a much calmer, much clearer complexion. Also because you're detoxing, you're getting that waste out of and away from the cells. And so you're not having the problems that come with that waste buildup. Lymphatic drainage is great. I think it's going to make its way more into kind of common knowledge as people find out how well it really works. Um, and when you do lymphatic drainage in a microcurrent treatment, the tightening effect that you get and that muscle work, it's going to work better. So you're going to get a better effect when you use the TriWave because first you're going to do your lymphatic drainage. You're going to clear out all that fluid buildup. It's kind of like sweeping before you mop. So you're getting all those toxins out of the skin and out of the tissue. So then when you go in and you do your muscle work, it's going to have an easier time. The current of the microcurrent, it's going to have an easier time getting in there and really getting you results. So if you can do lymphatic drainage before microcurrent, it's going to work better. And that's something we recommend to a lot of our professionals. A lot of our spas also use the MyoLift TriWave because that lymphatic drainage makes such a huge difference with their clients. So now I want to bring in another option for an accessory that you could use. This is one of the newer ones, which I'm really excited about. But we have a gua sha blade that you can use with microcurrent. So the gua sha blade is made of a special conductive metal. This is called kansa. So it's a special type of Indian bronze that's used in Ayurvedic medicine. We conduct the microcurrent through this gua sha blade and into the skin. So you're doing your massage with gua sha to stimulate the muscles, to already move some of that lymph around. The microcurrent's going to make it work better. This is a favorite of mine. I love doing this on myself. I'll usually do this about once a week, not only because it's helpful to kind of clear out and detoxify the face, but also because it feels really good. If you're somebody with a lot of tension, maybe you get tension headaches or you have TMJ, any anything related to tightness of the muscles, either in the head or around the mouth, even in your neck or your shoulders, gua sha is really good for releasing that tension. When we do gua sha, we use our stretch or our erase waveform because that's also designed to relax the muscle. So it's going to work even better than if you were just using pressure and doing a normal massage. It's going to give you a better effect. Not only are you getting the relaxing benefits of doing your gua sha movements, but you're also getting all the anti-aging benefits of microcurrent. So let me just recap what those are, because I think I'm remiss to do a video if I don't talk about all of the great things that microcurrent does. Um, Microcurrent is using electrical currents and it is stimulating the muscles. So this actually answers a question that a lot of people have. Microcurrent is not affecting facial fat. It's affecting the muscles and it's affecting the skin. So using that electrical current is making your skin healthier by increasing the energy in the cells. That electricity is very gentle and it's similar to the current that your brain uses in your body. So it doesn't hurt. There's no downtime. This is something you can do on a frequent basis. You never have downsides to doing it. It is not dangerous at all, and it doesn't affect the facial fat, which is a good thing. There are other modalities, like if you've been thinking about maybe radio frequency, some people find that radio frequency does reduce facial fat. As we age, facial fat is a good thing to hold on to. When we lose that facial fat, we actually find that we tend to look a lot more gaunt and a lot older. So microcurrent is a great way for you to not mess with things that you don't want to mess with. You can keep that fullness in the face by not affecting any of those fat deposits that you want to keep, but you can strengthen the muscle by stimulating it with that current, and you can improve the health of the skin. When you improve the health of the skin and you increase that cellular energy, you're going to see more collagen production, more elastin production, better moisture retention. Overall, you're going to have an improved cell turnover. And so that means that your skin is going to behave like it did when it was younger. As we get older, our cell turnover slows down. And ultimately, that's why we experience all of the damages that come with aging. If you think of wrinkles and aging like a damaging of the skin, it happens over time from things like repetitive movement, sun exposure, environmental stress. Microcurrent is one of those healing modalities that you can bring in to repair and really heal the skin and rebuild that collagen, bring the strength back into muscles that become weak with age. And really, it comes down to where you're at with how much time you have, what your skill level is, and also price point is something to consider. So the QT, which I started out with, accidentally knocked that over. The QT that I started out with, this is the most accessible price point. There are two versions. So there's the QT base, which is $229. That one is really a great introductory level device. Like I said, has the app that teaches you how to use it. There's also a QT Premium. The QT Premium is $329. That one has lifetime access to the premium version of the app. So this one is also going to give you rewards when you do your treatments. So you can spend those towards getting more product, refilling, or getting new accessories from our website. It's also going to give you other tools, like it's going to let you make a custom session where you set all of your own settings. You can really do your own thing with the device, and so on and so forth. Another thing that you're entitled to with the premium QT is a monthly consultation with a real person. So you can get on a video call with myself or one of our other estheticians on the team, and we'll look at your skin, we'll talk through your routine with you. And this is no additional cost. We'll just set you up for success as best as we can. So if you are unsure what your microcurrent journey is going to look like, definitely think about the QT. Depending on your price point and how much access you want to the app and how important that is to you, you could do the base or you could do the premium. So the next step up for us is going to be the Mini. The Mini is that more professional style device. This is also between $329 and $359, depending on which bundle you get. So similar price point, but more professional delivery, a little bit harder to learn. So if you're not super experienced or you're not like super dexterous with your hands, you may want to start with the QT. Otherwise, personally, I think with a tutorial video, you'll be able to pick this up. You just have to kind of apply yourself a couple of times. Once you do the movements and you get that muscle memory once or twice, it becomes really easy. You'll just have to put in a little bit of work to kind of memorize that routine. As long as you're fine with that, you can get great results. This is spa quality. And so if you want to get a device that is going to give you the best possible result and you're okay with doing a little bit extra brain work or a little bit extra practicing, then this is the one for you. The Mini is used by a number of our prominent spa partners. And so this device sitting on your counter is often a professional device. You know you're getting something that works. Now, in the vein of investing in your skin, if you want to invest in the best possible device for yourself, the TriWave is your device to consider getting. If you're somebody who just wants to get that device, learn how to use it, and then get the maximum possible results, the TriWave would be the place to start. The other thing about the TriWave is that lymphatic drainage setting that makes it special. So if you are one of those people who's sensitive, puffy, you have fluid retention, your skin is inflamed, you're prone to acne, maybe you're somebody who really needs that lymphatic drainage, and then you could benefit from investing in this device. The other two do not have lymphatic drainage. Microcurrent will help still to detoxify the skin, but this dedicated setting is going to give you a lot more mileage. It's just going to work better. So the TriWave is going to be your most advanced device. It's going to be more versatile, and it's going to be better for those of you that have some of those specific skin conditions. Like I said earlier, if you do lymphatic drainage before microcurrent, you get a better result. So that would be the other thing to consider. If you are okay with your treatment time being a little bit longer and you want it to just be the best possible result, then this would be the one to reach for because it has that third setting. So I would consider that. Think of it as a kind of three-tiered system. So the QT is your entry level, the Mini is your intermediate device, and then the TriWave is your advanced device because it's got a little more going on with that third lymphatic drainage setting. Now, that is my whole little catalog that I wanted to go through for today. I hope that answered some questions. If you're thinking about which device you might want to use, if not, then I'm going to leave a couple of minutes now if you want to write any questions in the chat. I did see a couple of people say hi, hello. Questions about the accessories too. I also have the product here. And behind me, I have beautiful New York City. Although you can't really see it now that the sun set. Alrighty. Well, I am not seeing any additional questions. I said this in the very beginning, but I'm just going to repeat it now. When you watch this live back, if you have any questions that you would like for us to answer, send an email to info, I-N-F-O, at 7ewellness.com. My name is Sam, so if you want to ask me directly, you can just mention my name and that'll go straight to me. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a great weekend.